4 Faculty, Supporting Capstone Multilingual Writers. Part 3, Social Aspects and Approaches. Researchers Peltridge and Starfield broke down 4 aspects affecting doctoral multilingual writers and what can make writing a capstone study potentially difficult for capstone multilingual students. Peltridge and Starfield's 2007 analysis of 4 aspects potentially affecting doctoral multilingual writers include psychoaffective/emotional aspects, behavioral aspects, social aspects, and rhetorical aspects. In this short video, part 3 of 4, I'm going to focus on the third aspect, social aspects and approaches. Let's take a bit of a closer look at some social aspects of writing. This may seem like a bit of an oxymoron because writing is often quite isolating. That is not unique to capstone multilingual writers. Writing is often a solitary activity where you are locked up in an office or away from others so you can concentrate. To add another layer to this, however, attending an online university can be isolating. You don't see your instructors and classmates every day, and you have very few face-to-face discussions. But to amplify the issue further, being a student from a different language or culture can be isolating. Classroom discussions, procedures, and grades may not make sense. How to participate in an online classroom may differ greatly from culture to culture. And once the capstone multilingual writer is working on their dissertation or doctoral study or project study, how to work with the committee can also be very different and potentially isolating. This is something I talked about a little bit more in depth in part 1 and 2 of this video series. But overall, I think it's sometimes easy to forget how the solitary pieces all fit into the larger picture. There is also social isolation, specifically for capstone multilingual writers. It is often more difficult for multilingual writers to fit into groups with their native-speaking peers. And more professionally, Peltridge and Starfield revealed that multilingual students often have less access to research culture and to social networks than their native-speaking peers do. So how can we help? First, I think it could be really helpful to host regular synchronous meetings with students and to encourage sharing and responding to one another's work there. We can also encourage peer support groups and peer feedback to help against isolation and to assist with language development. Researchers Rogers et al., who looked at challenges and pedagogical complications in dissertation writing, found that peer support was ranked as the 4th most helpful support for writing the dissertation. Finally, as faculty, you are experts and scholars in your field, and you can be an excellent resource to share information about field-specific conference opportunities and other professional development that students might be interested in. For more support, I suggest visiting and bookmarking the Faculty Support for Working with Capstone Multilingual Writers page, located on the Office of Research and Doctoral Services website under the Form and Style resources. I've included the URL on this slide. This page contains information on Capstone Multilingual student writing support resources that you can share with your students. There is also a series of SMART guides, which are PDF how-to guides for faculty supporting Capstone Multilingual writers. In addition, there are other videos like this one on different aspects of supporting Capstone Multilingual writers. This final slide contains the full references for research I referenced in this video. This was part 3 of 4, breaking down Peltridge and Starfield's analysis of 4 aspects affecting doctoral multilingual writers. I hope you find this information helpful as you continue to support capstone multilingual writers here at Walden.